Welcome to the Turkish Odyssey, where we explore the strange, surprising, and delicious side of history. Please like, share and subscribe our channel. It is free and helps us to bring more interesting videos. Today, we dive into how chocolate once ruled the economy, literally. This is the forgotten story of cacao beans used as money by the Maya, the Aztecs, and even under Spanish colonial rule. Imagine a world where your favorite chocolate bar wasn't just a treat, but actual cash. It sounds like a sweet dream, or perhaps a bizarre fantasy, but for centuries, this was a very real economic system. We're talking about cacao beans, the very foundation of chocolate, serving as a primary form of currency. This isn't just a quirky historical footnote. It's a deep dive into how a humble bean shaped economies, fueled empires, and became a cornerstone of daily life. Get ready to explore a forgotten chapter of history where chocolate truly was money. For most of us, money means coins, paper bills, or digital numbers on a screen. But throughout history, societies have used all sorts of things as currency, from salt to shells. Yet, few are as intriguing as the cacao bean. The idea of chocolate as money might seem utterly foreign today. We associate it with indulgence, not transactions. But in ancient Mesoamerica, cacao beans were the gold standard, the dollar, the euro, and the yen all rolled into one. This wasn't just a local oddity, it was a sophisticated economic system. Cacao's role in economic history is far more profound and widespread than most people realize. It offers a fascinating glimpse into how value is assigned and maintained. Long before Europeans arrived, the great civilizations of Mesoamerica had already established a thriving economy built on cacao. Their understanding of its value went far beyond mere taste. It was sacred, practical, and powerful. The Maya civilization, flourishing between 250 and 900 CE, held cacao in immense reverence. They believed it was a sacred gift, bestowed upon humanity by the gods themselves. This divine connection elevated its status beyond a simple commodity. For the Maya, cacao functioned as a fundamental unit of value. It wasn't just for special occasions, it was integrated into the very fabric of their daily commerce. This sacred bean became the backbone of their economic exchanges. You could literally purchase goods and services with cacao beans. Historical records and archaeological findings paint a vivid picture of this system. A turkey hen might cost you 10 beans, while a tamale could be had for 1. Even more surprisingly, certain services, like those of a prostitute, were priced in cacao. This demonstrates just how pervasive and accepted cacao currency was across all levels of society. It was the universal medium of exchange. Cacao beans were meticulously counted, carefully stored, and even taxed in bustling marketplaces. This wasn't a casual barter system, it was a structured economy with clear rules and established practices. The beans were the bedrock of their financial world. When consumed, cacao was prepared as a frothy, bitter drink, often spiced with chili or vanilla. It was never sweetened, a stark contrast to the chocolate we know today. This potent beverage was reserved for rituals, royalty, and the elite. As the Aztec Empire rose to prominence, it solidified cacao's economic importance even further. They didn't just adopt the Maya system, they expanded and refined it, integrating cacao deeply into their vast imperial structure. The bean became a tool of empire. Cacao was central to the Aztec economy, facilitating trade across their expansive territories. It allowed for standardized transactions between diverse regions and peoples, knitting the empire together with a common currency. This widespread acceptance was key to its power. The legendary Emperor Montezuma II's daily consumption of cacao underscored its perceived value and prestige. He reportedly drank dozens of cups a day, a testament to its status as a drink of the gods and rulers. This royal endorsement further cemented its worth. Cacao was also used to pay soldiers, a clear indication of its practical monetary function. Imagine being paid for your service in chocolate beans. It certainly adds a unique flavor to military history. This practice highlights its role as a reliable form of payment. The Aztecs went to great lengths to standardize cacao beans for currency. They understood that for a currency to work, it needed consistency. This meant ensuring beans were of a certain quality and size, preventing devaluation through inferior goods. Maintaining the currency's integrity was paramount. The Aztecs implemented severe penalties for counterfeiting, including the creation of fake beans from clay. This strict enforcement shows their commitment to a stable and trustworthy economic system. These harsh punishments underscore the critical importance of cacao to the Aztec state. A stable currency was essential for trade, taxation, and maintaining social order. The bin was not just a commodity, it was a pillar of their civilization. The arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century marked a profound turning point for Mesoamerica and its cacao-based economy. It was a clash of worlds, and initially, a clash of economic understanding. The Europeans had never seen anything like it. The Spanish conquistadors were initially bewildered by the concept of cacao as currency. They were accustomed to gold and silver, not edible beans. This unfamiliar system must have seemed strange, even primitive, to their European sensibilities. However, their bewilderment soon gave way to recognition. The Spanish quickly realized the practicality and efficiency of cacao as a medium of exchange. They saw how deeply embedded it was in the local economy and how effectively it functioned. Rather than trying to immediately impose their own monetary system, the Spanish pragmatically adopted the existing cacao currency. This was a smart move, allowing them to integrate into the established economic networks of the conquered lands. They understood its utility. They began to use cacao to collect taxes from the indigenous populations. This streamlined the process of resource extraction and control, leveraging a system the locals already understood and accepted. It was an efficient way to exert economic power. Cacao was also used to pay indigenous workers for their labor. This continued the established practice of using beans as wages, ensuring a smooth transition in the labor force under Spanish rule. It maintained a degree of continuity in daily transactions. Despite its initial adoption, cacao's use as currency gradually faded over time. The introduction of European metal coins and, later, paper money, slowly but surely displaced the bean. The old ways eventually gave way to the new. The Spanish brought with them a different economic paradigm, one based on precious metals. As their influence grew, so did the prevalence of their own currency. The era of the cacao bin as money began its slow decline. So, why did cacao beans work so well as money for centuries? It wasn't just a cultural quirk, they possessed several key properties that made them an ideal medium of exchange. Understanding these properties helps us appreciate their economic genius. First, their physical properties were perfectly suited for currency. Cacao beans are small, making them easy to handle and count. This small size facilitated transactions of varying values, from a single bin for a small item to large quantities for significant purchases. They were also highly portable. A handful of beans could represent significant wealth, easily carried in a pouch or basket. This portability was crucial for trade and travel, allowing merchants and individuals to conduct business wherever they went. Furthermore, cacao beans are remarkably durable. Unlike perishable goods, they could be stored for long periods without significant degradation, provided they were kept dry. This durability ensured their value remained stable over time, a critical aspect of any currency. Beyond their physical attributes, high demand contributed significantly to their value. Cacao was not just money, it was also a highly prized commodity, consumed as a revered beverage. This intrinsic demand underpinned its monetary worth. Its intrinsic value as a beloved beverage meant that even if it ceased to be currency, it still had worth. This made it a more stable form of money than something with no inherent use. You could always drink your money if you needed to. Cacao also held strong symbolic associations with religion and status. Its divine origins and its consumption by elites imbued it with a prestige that transcended mere economic utility. This cultural significance reinforced its value in the minds of the people. In a fascinating parallel, one could even compare cacao's decentralized nature and widespread acceptance to modern cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. It wasn't controlled by a central bank but derived its value from collective belief and utility. This decentralized trust made it powerful. Just as Bitcoin relies on a network of users to validate its worth, cacao's value was upheld by the widespread agreement and consistent use across diverse communities. It was a truly organic and community-driven monetary system. No currency lasts forever, and the reign of the cacao bean eventually came to an end. Its decline was hastened by various factors, including the very human tendency towards economic opportunism. Even in ancient times, people tried to game the system. One fascinating discovery highlights this. Archaeologists have found fake cacao beans made of clay. These counterfeits were designed to look like real beans, demonstrating that even in ancient Mesoamerica, people tried to devalue the currency for personal gain. This is a timeless problem. The ultimate decline of cacao's monetary value was inevitable with the introduction of metal coins and, much later, paper money by the Europeans. These new forms of currency offered different advantages, such as greater standardization and easier mass production. Metal coins, with their inherent value and durability, gradually replaced the organic currency. Paper money, backed by state power, offered even greater flexibility and scalability. The cacao bean, once king, became a mere commodity again. Today, the cacao industry is a global behemoth, but it faces its own set of challenges. Ironically, the very people who cultivate this historically valuable crop, the farmers, often receive the least financial benefit from the multi-billion-dollar chocolate market. This is a stark contrast to its past. This modern imbalance is a poignant echo of the past, where the value of cacao was once so immense. It reminds us how economic systems evolve and how the distribution of wealth can shift dramatically over time. The bean's journey continues. So, the next time you unwrap a chocolate bar, take a moment to appreciate its incredible journey. Every bite is a tangible link to this fascinating past, a reminder of a time when chocolate wasn't just a treat, but the very currency that built empires. It's a sweet history lesson, indeed. So next time you eat a chocolate bar, remember, you're holding a piece of ancient money in your hand. If you love hidden histories and edible economies, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment with your favorite chocolate, and check out our other creative episodes. Thank you for watching. See you in the next adventure.